there! So it's been 2 weeks since I last uploaded a video and I figured out I have to create a new content already. So I was able to see a comment from Mr. Prince Mendoza saying, what is the reason why I quit my job at Concentrix? And before, I already received a couple of questions as to why I left the company, because I've talked a lot of topics about Concentrix, but why is it that I left the company? So yes, I'll go ahead and share with you the 3 major reasons as to why I left the job, and I'll also give you key takeaways in that particular experience of mine. So if you're interested with that, then just keep on watching. Alright, so yep, let's start with the video. And again, our topic for today is a little controversial. So yep, why did I left my job as a call center agent at Concentrix? And I'll be answering that in this video. I'll give you my top 3 reasons as to why I left my job at that time. But before we dive into that part, I would like to share with you a brief story of my journey in Concentrix first. So at least you have an idea, right? So yes, first things first, I worked for a well-known retail account in Concentrix. So if you are familiar with the biggest retail company in the US and in other countries as well, then that is the account I worked for. I may not be able to tell you what that account is, but maybe you have an idea in mind already. But yes, that's a retail account, and that is my very first account. So the other idea I would give you is I worked there for only 8 months. So yes, 2 months after my probationary period. Basically, after 6 months, you will be considered as a regular employee already, but that was the time that I also quit my job. So basically, I started working like 15 days after my graduation from college, and then that was April 15, I believe. And then I ended up submitting my resignation, and that was effective December 31st. So I had a new life starting January 2020. Right. So yes, you may be wondering what did I did during that time. So yes, I was cross-trained. When you say cross-trained, meaning you were initially trained to handle a specific line of business or LOB that we call. It's line of business that we call, meaning you can be a technical, a customer service rep, or a mix of the two. So what happened to me was I was a customer service for 6 months, meaning I take in calls related to delayed shipment, incorrect shipment, refund, replacement, and I actually created a couple of videos about that. If you're interested, I'll put the link in the description box down below. And also, yes, I worked as technical support for only 2 months. But at least I was able to experience how to become a technical agent. But actually, you may be asking yourself, maybe that's the reason why you left your job. You only work for 2 months being a technical support. Maybe it's difficult to handle a technical account or to handle technical concerns or anything like that, but it actually isn't the reason, and in a bit I'll give you the reasons finally, right? But I think it's also important for me to let you know of an interesting fact, because yes, I was awarded as top agent 3 months after I got hired as a newbie. That's why I always say in my videos that even if you have colleagues that are somewhat tenured or older than you are, it doesn't mean that you wouldn't be able to excel and be able to get that spot. So yes, I was also amazed at what happened to me at that time because I was recognized as top agent, and imagine being awarded, having pictures with your OMs, with your managers and anything like that. I was also given like a Gcash prize, a certificate, and any freebie some sort. Yeah, I'll just put my selfie that right here so you can see it. Yeah. And yeah, if you want me to cover a video about how to become a top agent, maybe I can give you some ideas. So yeah, just let me know in the comments. And yes, now that you already have an idea about my experience, let's now proceed with the reasons why I left the company. And this is something that I don't really want to talk about, and I am not open to say to anybody, especially because I'm a type of person who wouldn't tell everything to someone. But since some of you requested it, then I'll go ahead and reveal that to you, right? So yeah, the very reason why is because I got sick. I've been to clinics and hospitals and even took medication for months. So yes, it's true that the reason why I left my job is because I got sick. If you don't know yet, maybe you don't know me in person, but I am a type of person who doesn't want to spend every single penny that I earn. So basically, what I'm doing is whenever I report to work, I would take a jeepney ride from our house um, to a specific location, and then after that, for example, I'll go to Walter Mart, right? Are you familiar with that in Muñoz? And then from Walter Mart to Concentrix, which is I am located in Cyber West at that time, which is in SM. I'll just walk that particular area, like from Muñoz to Concentrix SM Cyber West. I'm just walking. I just walk from there because I don't want to spend another 9 pesos for a jeepney ride. So that's how kuripot I am. I think. Yeah, so that's true. Tapos, sobrang init and anything like that. Tapos, pagpasok ko sa loob, syempre air condition, sobrang lamig, natutuyan ako ng pawis and such. Also, I asked my doctor what would be the reason. Because the reason why I got sick is because both of my lungs were damaged. So yes, left and right lungs ko ay na-damage po, and I don't smoke, to tell you. I also don't drink any kind of liquor, anything like that. Wala akong bisyo, in other words, right? And until today, yes, I don't have that kind of vice. But to those who did that, I hope you would stop someday, or at least minimize it a little bit, or lessen it a little bit, maybe, because I was actually a victim of second-hand smoke, second-hand smoke, meaning to say I get to work with a lot of people in the production floor who really smokes. I wouldn't mention names, but of course men usually smoke, even women, they do smoke, and I'm like, yes, I'm one of those being affected by the environment, and of course my personal my personal kind of behavior as well towards saving, but me ending up spending all of the money I've earned buying medicine, right? So yeah, my parents actually don't know about this, so hopefully you wouldn't tell my parents, right? Because I don't want them to feel stressed out, so I didn't tell them that I got sick, and that's the reason why I left my job. So this is a lengthy video. I'm so sorry, but I hope you're still with me. And then, yes, so I intended to submit a resignation letter with an intent to render, but it wasn't honored when they found out that I am sick, so I just submitted an irrevocable resignation letter for good. So yes, my team leader at that time was so kind enough that she told me, okay, you can actually render for at least 30 days, so you can go back to work, or you can get back to Concentrix if you want to in the future. But when the other team leader know about it that I am sick, then they did not accept it. And so yes, I was told to just create an irrevocable, or meaning to say, when you say irrevocable, that is like an immediate resignation letter, and there's no render for that anymore. Okay. And yes, maybe I can tell you the second reason. And yes, this is to, yes, I have a plan to pursue the degree I finished back in college. So, as you can remember, I said that I worked as a call center agent just 15 days after my graduation. And so I didn't really apply in any other company related to what I finished in college. And so I think of myself, okay, it's almost 2020. I think of like changing career, and maybe I can pursue my profession. Not really profession because I am not yet licensed, but yes, I am a college graduate, and yes, I studied for 5 long years in college as I took Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. So yep, I do have ideas about buildings, dams, infrastructure, anything like that, but I want to talk anything about in that video or in this video. So yes, you have an idea about my course at that time. So yes, even my parents as well as my aunt would always tell me to look for a job that's related to my course. It's just that since I don't have license, because I don't intend to take the pre-board examination and soon the board examination, then the pay, or yes, the salary for being a site engineer, I think is below 18,000. Maybe if you have experience it could be 18,000, but I just didn't opt into that and just do the other way around. Yes. And another thing is, this is a not so fun fact, but that plan never happened because I ended up working as a sales engineer in a marketing corporation instead. Although I was hired at a government office as office engineer, but it only lasted for 5 days. So yes, lahat ng dulo may engineer pa rin naman, pero hindi talaga yon yung inaasahan kong site engineer, project engineer, or anything like that. No, that didn't happen. Me as a sales engineer, I think I only did that for 3 to 4 months, including lockdowns. Yes, and I didn't really pursue it because of, I think, problem with myself, my boss. I don't like his attitude, to be honest, and yeah, I just don't think I am a good fit in that company. That's why I left. And then as an office engineer, you may be asking, why is it that it only lasted for 5 days? Did I get fired or anything like that? Actually, I was one of those lucky people. I think we are almost 30 new hires at that time in a government institution. It's just that I was hired like August. Oh, not August. It was like July. Yes, July 2020 when I got hired as an office engineer. But that is actually in the middle of lockdowns, pandemic, and all of those things. So the government really decided to just focus on like, what do you call this? Focus on medical kineso. Yeah. So they did not let us stop for a couple of months, and I did not really want to pursue it because I already, because I am the type of person who easily gets bored, and whenever I don't do anything, I wanted to explore and do something else. So when I stopped working as an office engineer at that time, I immediately apply for another job, and this is my current job. And yeah, I did not intend to go back to that particular office as an engineer. But yeah, this is a very lengthy video, but yeah, I'm just sharing my story to you. Hopefully you get an idea, or maybe you care for me. Char. Okay, so yes, the top three reason, and this is the last reason. Pardon, but this is the honest, very honest video I ever created, maybe. So yeah, my goal in mind that time was to have a new job every single year because I easily get bored, as I mentioned, on things, and I want to try learning something new, except engineering related stuff. So, yes, you may be saying, oh, you finished engineering, but yeah, I don't really like that course. I just finished it for the sake of graduating. That's true. I'm being honest with you guys. Judge me. It's okay. So yes, I am quite a person who doesn't think long term at that time, and I think of getting new job every single year maybe. I think it's cool, but it actually isn't. That's what I realized in life. And then yeah, I actually got three jobs altogether in 2020. Imagine that, right? But then 2021, I stick with this current company of mine because I'm quite happy. But yeah, that's it, guys. But I'll actually give you another idea that I am a type of person who don't think long term, who don't aim for promotion among others at that time. Maybe I am, kind of thinking that way, but maybe not. But yes, I also will give you kind of important note that the reason why I left is not because of my salary or my boss or my incompetence, but because of the unforeseen circumstance that happened to me. Had I not experienced that kind of dilemma, I may be working with this company until today because the people there are great, really. The company is also good overall, so I don't really wanna leave the company, but those reasons, I think those are pretty good reasons to leave, right? And yeah, I also give you maybe another idea that although I literally cried in front of a team leader regarding my situation at that time, but that is a completely different story, and it would be too much if I'll also share it here, so I leave it there na lang muna. That's true. Okay, so I don't want to speak about that today. So yeah, let's move on to maybe giving you lessons, or maybe key takeaways in this video. So yes, number one is take care of yourself because your company can replace you at any time, while you can no longer create another you. Diba? Kasi pwede kang hiring lagi. Ayun. And then the second one is think long term. Pero think long term in a way na meron kang goal in mind. Number three, explore for different opportunities. Like if I didn't quit my job, then I may not be working in this company that I enjoyed working for, right? So explore. Number four is everything that happens to you is a result of the decision you make every single day. So yes, I decided to walk from Muñoz to SM, right? And I know that made me sick, anything like that. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, that's it. We do have a Facebook page named Nayumi Cee. Please follow or like that page. You can also share this video, like this video if you like it. Follow me on my social media accounts and comment down below. And yeah, I'll see you again next time, guys. Bye. Happy.